Hey guys, happy Thursday. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw a rose. I get asked a lot how to draw roses, and there are some really simple ways to draw them that take about like a minute to do, and I will show you that. But I also wanted to show you guys how to draw one a little bit more detailed and a little bit more realistic, which takes a little bit more time, more thought, and you kind of have to draw a lot of different shapes. Roses are really beautiful flowers, but there's so many petals kind of all wrapped up into one, they can be a little tricky to draw. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this one today, and a really simple one right at the beginning in case you just want to be able to draw one, but this might be too hard. So go ahead, get your drawing stuff. Start with the pencil on this one, this big one anyway, and let's get started. Alright guys, I did tell you that I was going to show you how to draw a really simple, easy rose if you want. So I'm going to actually turn this paper vertical, and I'll show you how to do this one in just a second. If you want to make a really simple, easy rose, what you're going to do is start by making a swirl that's kind of flat, and we'll let it connect back to itself. Then you're going to do a curved line like this underneath. The sides are straight, the bottom is more curved. And then if you want, you can add like a little curved out part like this, and like a petal that connects on the back. And then a little line in the middle like that. And then of course you add your stem, 2 lines straight up and down. And for the leaves, I like to do a straight line, and then I do 2 curved lines on the top and the bottom. Straight line, 2 curved lines. And there is a really simple rose for you guys if you want to do it that way. However, I know a lot of you will want to do it the way that I showed you. So if you want to do this little bit more detailed one with me, then you can do this one with me. And if you want to do the more simple one I just showed you, there's no shame in that. I mean, this one's a little bit more tricky, probably 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, and the other one's probably better for kindergarten through 2nd grade. With this one, we also are going to start with a swirl, but it's going to be a little bit not so squished, a little more spread out. Starting in the middle of my paper, and I'm making a swirl, and I'm letting it go around and around, and then I'm going to stop above. So I started here, and I'm stopping while I'm above, and I'm going to curve over. This has a lot of different shapes, and you don't have to do it exactly the same way, but I do recommend that you kind of watch me do one step, maybe pause the video, do that step, and then keep going from there. The next shape I'm going to add is kind of on the left here. It's going to curve out, and then a little bit of a wavy line that then curves back and touches that swirl. Each time we add a petal, it's going to either connect back to the middle one, or it's going to connect to the one that we just drew. The next one that we're going to draw is going to be this big one here. So I'm going to start right about here. I do a little bump, and then I let it go over a ways, and then I have a point, and I let it kind of curve down, and it connects back to the center like that. Next, I'm going to draw one that is touching the big one we just did, and it has a bump, and then another bump, and this connects again back to the big petal we just did. We're not going to connect anymore to this one because we can't. We already drew too many petals around it. The next petal that we are going to draw is this one here. I'm going to start over here, go up and over, and there's like one bump, and then another bump, and then a third one, and this one is going to connect back to the big one with a point. Then we'll draw this one here, which is kind of like a curved triangle. And then another one underneath curves, goes this way, goes down. Let it be a little pointy and then curve back up. Now I know I'm going fast, you guys. Pause the video anytime you need to catch up. And then we'll do this last petal here. That kind of goes out and maybe it has like a soft point to it, and then you can add a little bump or a wave to it. And now we have the basic shape for our rose, but I know it doesn't really look much like a rose yet. We're gonna add some little extra lines here to kind of look like a fold in the petal. So let's start with this swirl. So underneath here, I'm gonna add an extra line. It doesn't outline the whole thing, just like one side. Up here, I'm gonna turn this bump into a little fold, so I added an extra line next to it. On this side, I'm gonna have another extra line that's a little wavy. There we go. On this one, you can add an extra line or two. Again, these can be kind of wavy, or they can have a little spot, like a chunk taken out of them. And you can just add these wherever you want, really. If you want to copy where I'm putting them, that's fine. If you want to add more or less, that's fine too. I think that's good. Now I'm going to add little lines inside some of the petals where they are kind of touching close to the middle of the flower. So I'm going to start on this one. I'm just going to do a few quick little lines. This one, a few quick little lines. I'm always drawing these where the petal is touching the middle of the flower. So like this one, I wouldn't draw them on the outside, I'm drawing them on the inside. And I think that looks pretty good so far. And then we'll draw our leaves. I like to start by doing a straight line for that middle. I'm gonna do one on that side. And then you draw some straight lines on each side of the one you just made. And then for the outside of the leaf, you could do two curved lines, or on this one, I made them a little spiky. So I had it be curved, and then I did a few little zigzags, and then I made the rest of it curved. And there you have it. So actually, we're all done with the drawing part. Now, when you color it in, I recommend that, let's say you want to make your rose purple. Choose a dark and a light purple, and then you can make the little folded parts either the darker or the lighter shade. Make them different, and then it's a little easier to tell what's going on. But really, color it in any way that you want. It could even be a rainbow rose. But just take your time, have fun, and color it and make it unique to you. Alright guys, I hope you had fun drawing your roses with me today. I know they're a little tricky, a lot of different shapes, but I'm sure once you color it all in, it probably looks really, really awesome. So I would love to see this drawing if you made it. And also any drawings that you guys have made this week or any other weeks that you haven't shown me, you can send those to my email, which is kayla.bruss@rusd.org, and I will put them on my video for tomorrow. So make sure you send me any pictures if you did any drawings this week or any other week that you didn't show me, and I will see you guys tomorrow for our last drawing of the week. Bye!